Okay.
So this is the Edge Core adapter call, September 20th. Let's start with an update on the VOL 252. This is the sort of the cornerstone for the adapter and driver. We need that complete to unblock on other issues. Kim or Raghu, would you give an update?
Yeah, I'll start a lead in and Raghu can follow up. So over the past week, since we last talked, we were facing some further blocking issues that prevented all these types of flows from working, and in conjunction with working with Broadcom Edge Core, and the team was able to kind of get through all these, and we can demonstrate the EA pole, DHCP, and the normal internet flows through there. Now, all of the changes we've made so far, most all of the changes are up for review. The driver's side changes are up there, and the adapter side changes as well. They're in review, and I think we're in pretty good shape with that. Now there's still some things that are being investigated in there as far as the timing of the flow rules, how they come down. Steve Crooks has been looking at, especially in the Broadcom ONU adapter. All of this testing was with Edge Core OLT and the Broadcom reference ONU at this time, just to get these going. So, Raghu, can you give a little bit more of a follow-up? Hi, Raghu.
Raghu, we can't hear you if you're talking.
Okay.
Audio issues, perhaps.
Yeah, Kim, this is Sun. So I think you have covered the status in detail. So the code is in review, and so there's a comment from Sienna. I think David has given some comments. So David is testing the ONU adapter, and once he confirms in next couple of days, the code will be merged.
Yes. All right. So that was kind of a little more follow up there. So.
Hello, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
We have you now, Raghu.
Oh, I just have to go back. I think leave the meeting and come. Okay. I'm sorry, Sant was speaking. I'm sorry. I just have to go back, disconnect the call and connect again.
The status is updated. We can move forward. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Thanks.
So code is under review, and we hope that will be merged in within the next 2 days, 2 or 3 days. This is Wednesday. The target is to have release 1.1 out on Friday or next Monday. Is that still a possibility?
Yeah, the thing that came up though, this was there looks like there's a problem on the VOLTHA build branch that will probably be discussed separately in tomorrow's call. So the release that was out there is when we they tried to put a change into the VOLTHA 1.0 branch that didn't work with the Jenkins verifier because it was trying to do a repo checkout. So that's kind of a concern there a little bit to get more branches going until we understand what the VOLTA problem is of trying to build VOLTA on a VOLTA branch. Okay, master is fine, everything's working okay there, but that's just one concern about that release is there is things that have to be rolled up from VOLTA bug fixes onto that branch as well. So
this is being worked between Kim, you, David, and
Jono. Yeah, that should probably be an agenda item for tomorrow.
Yep, I was making a note of it here. Well, no further discussion.
Might need more help from Sergio to weigh in on what might be going on there, because Chameleon is still in there and causing a problem.
Got it. All right.
Hey, Raghu, this is Shad. So I see that the Volt 252 is under review. Is there any corresponding driver changes for this? I don't see anything. But if I were to cherry pick the Volt 252 changes, would I need any changes on the any patch on the driver?
Yes,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say we didn't mark there is a driver change, and it should have been marked as Volt 252 as well, because that kind of goes along with it. But Chad, I'll point you to that review. It's Rajesh's latest review that he put up there for the gRPC fix and KPIs, I think was the title of that review. But it goes with Volt 252 adapter.
Okay, thanks.
We'll change the commit message on that to get Jira to tie it so we can match that up.
Okay, thanks guys.
Suhas.
Yeah, so they shared on the chat window about the review ID.
Yeah, that's the review in the chat window. Okay.
All right. Any further discussion, questions?
Yeah, I have another thing. There's been ongoing email discussion, some of it in Volt to discuss about the build, the edge core build and the build instructions. I think maybe Nathan is on the call. They're getting the going through the edge core, in order to build the driver, you have to have the Broadcom SDK and be able to build that with ONL and such from scratch. And EdgeCore has provided pretty good instructions all the way up to the what's called the artifact assembly point, where you collect everything to be able to get all the Maple and BAL components, put that together and install it to the OLT from that build. And that's the last steps on that are a little inaccurate, and we're missing some key config files that makes this stuff work. So I've been working with EdgeCore on trying to get those build, and we're not too far away from that. I think all the pieces are there. We just have to figure out how to augment what they have to get that final step in there. So.
Yeah, hey, this is Nathan. Thank you, Kim.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. And yeah, that matches, what I need basically, because I'm trying to. I've got EdgeCore OLTs, but they're basically straight from the factory, and I need to get them up and running. And so I need, it doesn't have to be an automated script, but I could use and would appreciate any kind of instructions or notes that you have on just how to do it, even manually. So that I know which files to place where on the target device, because I have gotten all the way through the build process now successfully.
Yes.
So that's where I'm at. And I went ahead today and submitted a Jira ticket to track this with VOL 455. If I didn't mark it correctly, as a bug or a story, I think I had submitted it as a bug. But please check how I submitted it. It's the first one I did in this project, and assign it or move it as appropriate.
Great. I'm glad you did that.
That was an action anyway, so I'll check out that and we'll put the progress in there. So Nathan, can you confirm what hardware revision of OLT that you have? Were those, there's two of them that we've seen, Rev B and Rev C hardware.
I cannot confirm, but I will.
Yeah,
I don't know. I will check.
Yeah, in fact, if you would check in and yep, add that to your bug description. Yep, we want to make sure we understand if you have the same hardware revision that we recently received. That seems to be where the issue is.
Well, yeah, and there was two parts of that. All right. Most of the people, I think, that got early prototypes, these were Rev B hardware, and then we had a second shipment delivered that was Rev C, and this Rev C has a change in there that has to have another patch, which I'm testing out right now from Jason to the PON ports don't enable on that. It has to have a software change to control the enables on the PON ports. And so Nathan, just confirm what the rev numbers are, and that will be on the sticker on the, I believe it's a sticker on the box or the label, and I'll also put up there a command I got from Jason to check the version in the software if you have. It just checks it from ONL. It's a ONLP command.
Okay.
All right. So all of those is kind of in a this is kind of a flurry of discoveries at the last minute that we saw here. So to confirm, all of the stuff that we currently have running was all on the Rev B hardware, and I expect that it's going to work on Rev C after the BAL patch, after the proper BAL is made. But I'll collect all this information and post it to the JIRA, and I'll get Jason to put anything that needs to be communicated in that JIRA as well.
All right, so who should, this Vol 455 should be assigned to EdgeCore, to Jason?
Yeah, let me look and see what's in there, and we'll get it updated.
Probably the most expedient, whatever be the most expedient fix to that.
Yeah.
So it's more detailed, corrected instructions and or a script to run. Is that what we need?
Yes. Yeah, that's where the last thing. What I'm trying to do is I think there just needs to be we got to get the config files somewhere. They're not in the patch apparently that's needed. So that's kind of the what the problem is. There is when you build, it just has the Broadcom stuff in it. It's got the right binaries that you need to run, but it doesn't have the correct config files. So those just either have to be carried in the EdgeCore patch or supplied in a different way. So that'll be determined here in the next day or two. That's my goal.
Great. Okay. Good. Anything else on that topic? All right, so just quick review. So 252 code is checked in, under review, pending approval and being merged. That will then free up the other issues that we're looking at. So if we look at the other opens, 181 is, we get a quick update on Vol 181.
Yeah, that's definitely one that's tied. That as soon as 252 closes, 181 does. Suhas, are you on? Can you confirm that?
Yes, Kim, I think.
Yes.
Yes, I think.
Okay, to confirmation.
So there's no additional code check-in associated with
Right.
181. It is all tied together.
Right.
All right. And
Yeah.
how about
Code complete? Yeah.
And so we're code complete. So and other are there other issues for which there is other code that needs to be checked in?
No, Tim. All the code with respect to 252 should cover it, barring anything related to alarms or KPIs, if there is any. Those must not be considered here. But otherwise, for flow for HSIA traffic to work in, 252 code review should suffice.
All right. So then you're saying that the alarms would be covered. That would be a different check-in if there's anything required.
Yeah, there is already a few things with respect to alarms there, but if there are any bug fixes and all that are not part of that, that is separate. We have not talked about that.
All right, got it. So everything basically is tied into this submission under 252. Once that clears, these other stories should also close.
Yes. Yeah, 202 is in the same category, up a little bit. So that's kind of waiting for 252 and the 303, the same thing.
Okay, great. Anything else? Any other issues anyone wants to bring up?
So, Tim, this is Sant. So, Kim, I believe I sorry, I joined a little late, but I think Kim would have updated about the current limitation. So we have tested with one Broadcom ONU, where end-to-end HSIA is working, and some level of testing of the alarm that is done and code is committed.
Yes. Yep, that was pretty much the sum. I didn't specifically say one ONU, but that's what was the testing level so far.
Yeah.
Are there known issues that would prevent additional ONUs from being brought up?
Raghu,
so let me update here. So we have, Tim, there are only two Broadcom ONU reference ONUs in Hillsborough, and one is tested. So now our attempt is looking integrating with the second ONU. We are seeing the source so that we are debugging into. Our attempt is in next 2 days, today and tomorrow, we can make some success. Definitely will commit those code. Keep everyone updated.
So this would be anything there, any changes, any code changes then would have to be in addition to what's already submitted for review under 252.
Absolutely, absolutely. So for sure there will be code changes. We need to identify where the changes will be. And as it's yesterday only we completed the one ONU end-to-end testing, and now our focus area is more on the supporting 2 ONUs. And we can support maximum 2 ONUs because we have only 2 ONUs, Broadcom reference ONUs with us.
Okay. Which then says additional other ONUs such as the TNW just are not going to fall into this POC, into VOLTHA 1.1.
So that's very good question. So now the setup is working for one ONUs. We can make a choice to start with the TNW, just observe how it's behaving. If it works, great. if doesn't work, then again, so we need to make a call whether we need to support 2 ONUs or do we need to support with, support the TNW 1 ONU.
Which brings then up the whole issue of the ONU adapter. So there are changes within the 252 code review for changes to the Broadcom ONU adapter. So that can be tested with TNW, but if additional changes are required to enable TNW, then we may need to look at either incorporating those changes into that ONU adapter or creating a new adapter for TNW. Well, that decision will have to be made fairly quickly.
So, Tim, my opinion, I'm open for the inputs, but my opinion is taking, if TNW works as it is without any modification anywhere in the setup, it's good. If it doesn't work, and we can attempt that, we can update the community here. If it doesn't work, then let's not focus our energy on the TNW. Instead, work on multiple, basically 2 Broadcom reference ONU support. Because we have just 2 days and introducing a new hardware which has not been tested earlier.
Agreed.
It brings a lot more risk.
Yep, I think we need to focus. My opinion is we need to focus on getting the Broadcom reference ONUs working first, so that we can get the 1.1 release out. Anyone with Broadcom reference ONU can then demonstrate with the EdgeCore OLT. Others in the community, are there others that have a different opinion on that? I'm not hearing any objection to that, so I think that is what we should proceed with. So then look at enabling the TNW and other ONUs in the 1.2, likely 1.2 release.
Yeah, I agree with this.
Yep, makes sense.
All right. Okay. Any other topics? Hearing none, I think we'll call this meeting complete. I'll stop the recording and we'll post notes to VOLTHA Discuss. Actually, I'm going to change that and make that to the Adapter Discuss board and upload the recording later today.
So, Tim, when is the next, we are making a release candidate build? Is it Friday or Monday?
I think we need to discuss that one in tomorrow's VOLTHA call because of the branching issues. I think the target release was Monday. However, we need to look at the branch. Number one, we have to have the code merged, accepted and merged, and then we need to work through the branching issues that we currently have in order to cut that release.
All right. Okay.
Optimistically Friday, realistically Monday.
I like the statement. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.